Self-love is one of the most important virtues of the human being. However, many times it is difficult for us to cultivate and maintain it due to social pressures, criticism, guilt, or the stereotypes imposed on us. Have you ever wondered how to cultivate indestructible self-love that withstands the storms of life? How can we strengthen our self-love and live with more harmony and happiness? In today's video, we will share with you 8 treasures that the Stoic wise men give us and that help us empower ourselves. From peaceful acceptance of the things we cannot change, to the joy that comes from daily gratitude. When we love ourselves, we plant a seed in the garden of life. That seed grows and becomes a flower that shines with its own light. Its radiance spreads throughout the garden, showing the unique and genuine beauty of our essence. In each of the principles we will explore today, you will find a golden key that will open the doors to unwavering self-love. Are you ready to open those doors? Then let's start the journey. The first tip I will share with you is to practice self-knowledge. Do you know why it is so important? It is a fundamental pillar in Stoic philosophy that invites us to delve into the most hidden depths of our own existence. More than mere introspection, it is a journey towards a complete and honest understanding of our inner being. On this path, we explore the complexities of our emotions, the nuances of our thoughts, the foundations of our values, the heights of our strengths, and the shadows of our weaknesses with patience and determination. We face the unvarnished truth of who we really are. Without illusions that distort our perception, without self-deceptions that cloud our vision, we embrace every aspect of our existence with acceptance and serenity. You may wonder, how can I begin to develop self-knowledge through deep reflection? Take a moment right now to reflect on some past action. Why did you act that way? What was the motivation behind that decision? Reflection allows us to understand our actions and gives us the opportunity to truly know ourselves. So, objective observation. Have you ever noticed how your emotions can cloud your judgment? Observe those emotions without judging. Recognize the thought patterns that trigger them and understand how they influence your daily actions. This simple practice opens doors to a deep understanding of yourself. Acceptance is the key. Accept every virtue and imperfection you have. Perfection is an illusion. And by accepting our actions of imperfection, we free ourselves from the burden of self-criticism. This is mindfulness in action, a gateway to a deep connection with oneself, and at the same time is being open to external feedback. Sometimes others see us in ways we cannot perceive. Have you ever considered asking someone you trust for their opinion of you? Constructive feedback can be an invaluable mirror that shows us things we haven't seen before. The second advice that the Stoics leave us is to focus on what we can control. This means that we should not let our happiness and self-esteem depend on external factors such as the opinions of others, adverse circumstances, or material goods. In such moments, the Stoic teaching of accepting what you cannot control emerges as a compass that guides us towards serenity in the midst of the storm. Instead, we must focus on what does depend on us, such as our attitude, our behavior, and our virtue. On our journey through life, we encounter moments that challenge us, situations that seem out of our control, like waves in the sea. Many of us have navigated the turbulent waters of life, and only those who have sought refuge in this eternal principle have come to understand that there are aspects of life beyond our direct control. It's like shedding the weight of the worries we carry on our shoulders. Imagine for a moment freeing yourself from the chains of anxiety by letting go of the worries that keep you awake at night. By applying this principle, we cultivate the ability to let go of unfounded expectations and embrace reality as it is. It is not a surrender, but a conscious release. It is an act of courage that allows us to find peace. Stoic wisdom teaches us to find peace in the midst of uncertainty. Admit acceptance of what you cannot control with courage and determination, and above all, recognize the difference. Learn to discern between spheres of influence and direct your energy towards what is under your direct control, your thoughts, actions, and emotions. It is here in this space of authenticity that we find the true essence of our humanity. The third tip is to practice gratitude. In Stoic philosophy, This tool shines as a source of inner peace and satisfaction. Practice gratitude as a sacred art. Appreciate every little detail of your existence. Gratitude transforms our perception, allowing us to see abundance in every corner of our lives and helping us accept limitations with a smile in our hearts. Gratitude is not simply a list of kind words. It is a conscious act of recognizing and appreciating the blessings we already have in our lives in a world that often urges us to desire more. The Stoics teach us to find richness in what is already present. Imagine waking up every day with a heart full of gratitude for the small wonders that surround us. The soft caress of the wind, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, and at the end of each day, pause for a moment and find the beauty in the everyday details. A shared smile, the aroma of morning coffee, a warm hug from a loved one, and all the achievements achieved in our journey, no matter how small, are treasures that deserve our recognition. This practice, far from being an arduous task, becomes a daily celebration of life. In every detail we find reasons to be grateful. Remember, my dear travel companion, focus on what you have instead of thinking about what you lack. Direct your gaze to the blessings that already surround you, your health, relationships, unique abilities. These are priceless gifts worthy of celebration. Now let's do a visualization exercise. Close your eyes and imagine for a moment losing what you love. Visualize your loved ones, your home, and your unique gifts disappearing. Then open your eyes again and find gratitude for each of those treasures. This practice deepens our appreciation and teaches us to value what we have before it becomes a memory. Gratitude flourishes when we value the richness of what we already possess. It is a sacred habit. I suggest you keep a gratitude journal. In its pages, write down the blessings you find in your daily life. In dark times, this journal will be your guiding light, reminding you how bright your life has been. It will be your personal testimony of gratitude, a lovely letter to life itself. Cultivating serenity is the fourth piece of advice that the Stoics leave us, that state of mind that allows us to accept circumstances as they are. Life is full of unexpected turns, but in acceptance, we find a calm that allows us to face challenges with resilience. We do not resist the flow of life, but rather merge with it, finding strength in acceptance and resilience in peace. It's time to let go of the need for control. Release the desire to dominate every aspect of your life. By letting go of that desire, you will discover a deep liberation. Stress fades, anxiety dissipates, and you find yourself enveloped by an inner peace that can only come from total acceptance. Find meaning in adversity. In every challenge and tribulation, there are lessons waiting to be learned. Adversity is not an enemy but a teacher who shows us resilience and reveals our inner power. Focus your energy on your response. Here lies your true freedom. Although we cannot control external circumstances, our attitudes and responses are invulnerable. In each conscious lesson, we find our power, our ability to transform situations with the strength of our mind and heart. Imagine facing a challenging situation with acceptance and serenity. Instead of struggling as we do, so we recognize that even in the toughest challenges, there are hidden treasures of wisdom and growth. Learning to manage pain, the fifth tip, is one of the foundations of Stoicism that is presented as an immutable truth. Pain in all its forms is an inevitable part of the human journey. However, what we can shape at will is our response to that pain. Let me guide you on this path of inner strength. The Stoics, with their ancient wisdom, teach us that learning to manage pain is an art that begins with acceptance. Accepting that pain frees us from the additional torment that comes from resistance. In acceptance, we discover a profound freedom as we understand that pain is a natural part of our existence. We free our minds from the additional suffering that arises from resistance and denial. Acceptance allows us to find peace even in the fiercest storm. Always remember to differentiate between what you can and cannot control. Focus your energies on what is under your control, your attitude and your emotions. The response to painful illnesses and unexpected injuries may be out of our control, but how we deal with them is in our hands. In this difference lies a powerful source of strength. Change your perspective. Instead of seeing pain as a curse, consider it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Every painful experience teaches us valuable lessons about resilience, patience, and our own inner strength. In pain, we find the opportunity to forge our soul, to practice ataraxia, that mental tranquility that allows us to face adversity with calm and composure. Cultivate that inner calm even in the midst of pain. In calm, we find the clarity to face even the most overwhelming challenges. Visualize painful scenarios and practice your Stoic response. By imagining the pain in advance, we prepare to face it with dignity and serenity. When this visualization materializes, it gives us the necessary strength to remain firm in the face of adversity. Find meaning in the pain. Ask yourself what lessons you can draw from this experience and how you can grow as a person from the pain. You will find purpose in even the most heartbreaking experiences. Pain is not an enemy. It is a teacher that teaches us resilience and shows us our own inner power. Sixth advice of the Stoics: live in the present. Imagine this. You feel at peace. The sun caresses your skin and the scent of flowers fills the air. And in that moment, you realize that that instant, that exact moment, is all you really have. Then the past fades into memory and the future is merely a whisper in the wind. It is here and now where we find that life is true wealth. Let us practice this ancient philosophy together in our daily lives. Consider cases in which you share a meal with your loved ones. Do you enjoy each bite with gratitude and full awareness? Is your mind caught up in worries about the past or the future? The practice of living in the present invites us to enjoy every flavor, to hear every laugh, to feel every hug, with conscious and grateful attention. Now, imagine a workday. What would it be like if you focused on the task at hand instead of being overwhelmed by an endless to-do list? Fulfillment is found in total immersion in the present task. When you engage in your work with full attention, you discover a work born from complete dedication to what you do. Cultivating mindfulness is like sharpening our senses to capture the essence of the present moment. Have you ever felt the soft texture of a flower between your fingers or heard the wind rustling through the leaves? By focusing on these sensory experiences in which you immerse yourself deeply in the present, you discover meaning that often goes unnoticed. To accept the present moment is to free yourself from the burden of resistance. The seventh Stoic advice is to practice empathy. In the vast landscape of Stoic philosophy, empathy is a precious jewel, a virtue that deeply connects us to the humanity we share. Imagine walking in someone else's shoes. For a moment, feel his joy like a ray of sunshine on your skin, his pain like a heavy burden on your heart, and his hope like a flickering flame in the darkness of the night. This is the essence of empathy in the Stoic context. Imagine meeting someone in the middle of an emotional storm. Empathy invites you to be like a beacon in the darkness, offering your presence and understanding without judgment. You can offer words of comfort, but also many times the shared silence speaks louder, showing that you are present, feeling at their side. This may seem like too simple an act to help someone in need, but through the practice of empathy, you recognize their humanity as well as your own. Mutual understanding gives us the opportunity to reach out and be an anchor in the storms of each other's lives. How to apply empathy in your daily commute. Practicing active listening. Imagine meeting someone whose words sometimes fail to express their emotions. Practicing active listening allows us to feel the emotions behind each syllable. It's like reading between the lines of another person's heart. Also, think about those who have been beacons of light on your path, those who have cleared the shadows at some unfortunate moment in your life, those who have shared their time and energy with you. How did you feel? Surely strengthened by his empathy with you. This is how those who receive your light and support will feel. They will cultivate a sense of gratitude for your contributions, for the small actions that often go unnoticed. As Epictetus said, there is only one path to happiness: to love what you do. Giving a helping hand can change someone's day, Being attentive to the needs of others and offering help without expecting anything in return is an act of empathy and generosity. In the words of Seneca, it is not that we have little time, but that we waste it in unproductive actions or thoughts. Taking care of yourself is the 8th tip. In the vast tapestry of Stoic philosophy, we find a golden thread woven with wisdom and compassion: self-care. Imagine being on the threshold of your own being, where a path of self-discovery opens before you. This is the path invites us to cultivate health, emotional balance, and inner peace. This conscious act is not selfish, as some might think, but rather a sacred commitment to oneself. In our busy existence, we often devote our energies to others, neglecting our own needs. Stoic teachings make us understand that by taking care of ourselves, we become beacons of light for others. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be different from the one who committed the injustice. Taking care of yourself means more than meeting the physical demands of your body. It is also nourishing your mind and soul, allow you to flourish in all your splendor. In conclusion, self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity, a fundamental pillar on which a full life is built. By nurturing ourselves, we radiate strength, compassion, and wisdom, positively impacting those around us. Let us remember that as we take care of ourselves, we are better prepared to take care of others. In the symphony of life, the harmony of self-care resonates within us, guiding our actions and nourishing our souls. Let us walk this path of self-discovery with courage and kindness, knowing that by honoring ourselves, we light the way for others. The Stoics teach us that taking care of ourselves is embracing the deep essence of our humanity. These are some of the Stoic tips that will help you strengthen your self-love and live more fully and harmoniously. Remember that self-love is a process that requires practice and perseverance, and that depends on yourself. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No one is the owner of your happiness, so do not leave your joy, your peace, your life in the hands of anyone." Absolutely no one. We are the owners of our destiny. Applying Stoic advice to strengthen your self-love in your daily life may seem challenging, but it is not impossible. In fact, Stoicism is a practical and adaptable philosophy which is based on the constant exercise of reason and will. That's it for today's video. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We already have the keys that will open the doors to knowing our value and the advice that will strengthen our self-esteem. Let us continue together along the Stoic path. Remember, we are fellow travelers. Together, we will learn and grow in wisdom and achieve complete happiness.